Hi, Martin. It's been a while since I've seen you.
Likewise, Ken. Yeah, delighted to be here.
Good. Yeah, another long-time practitioner in the area.
Well, exactly. I was just checking. We have a common start to our careers, I guess, at Brunel University.
We did, and also we had a common geographic location in Surrey, right?
Absolutely. Yeah.
I think the College of Design there in Farnham.
Yeah. But I look back on Brunel with great fond memories.
Indeed.
But we were both there in the 70s. I think you may have been a year or two just before me, or finished a year or two just before me. But,
yeah, I was there way back in 1972. I started, and I still use pictures from them when I speak to students. I'm here in Charlottesville, Virginia, which is the home of the first public university started by President Thomas Jefferson, the University of Virginia. And I teach a class there a couple of times a year. And I always like to show a picture of the brutalism architecture that is Brunel University, the concrete jungle.
Exactly. Don't really talk about that. And you know that Clockwork Orange was filmed there because of its brutalism.
Chloe joining us.
Yeah, thanks.
John and Anne. And I'm going to hand over to you, Martin, to get your panel started.
Morning, everyone.
Good morning. John, Chloe, Anne. Great to see
Morning.
you. Yeah. Just before we start, just a bit of background. Ken, many thanks for the introduction. And if Rachel's listening, Rachel, thanks for the invite to participate in your wonderful summit today. I'm really honoured to be kicking off the program as the first panel. And as you can see here on the screen, I've invited some wonderful guests and friends along to help me talk through circularity in the built environment. But before I do that, just a bit about me, background. You heard us talk about Brunel. Really, my background was in project management and main construction for a good number of years, and then into business improvement, local quality management, if anyone remembers that, in the 80s and into the 90s. And business improvement morphed into environmental management. And then setting up my own consultancy, which is more from sustainability into regenerative, is where I am now. And I'm sure that will come out in the conversation as we go through. Ken and Rachel, I'm delighted you mentioned cradle to cradle as a reference. And I must admit, I unashamedly ribbed from the cradle to cradle in my book, Future Restorative, where I talked about if we were to be really honest and open and transparent when we're sharing what we do as a company, particularly how we take things, we make things and we dump them. And we dump things in a hole in the ground, even toxic stuff in the ground. And we think a future generation will take care of that for us. So, and I just love the start to the cradle to cradle. I also want to sort of put today into context. And again, Ken, you mentioned about the sun, Bucky Fuller's comment about the sun not quite reaching you at the moment. But today is Midsummer's Day. And I think that's a sort of wonderful day to hold a circularity event, and tune into the seasonal circularity. And as the solstice means sun standing still, it's actually that mindful time where we can reflect on the past and look forward to the future, and maybe think about where we are, and think about the seasonal circularity and the planetary circularity, and of course then down to what we're doing, zoom in right back down into what we're doing in the built environment or in fashion.